all S, all P, all O, R-T-S.
You see it on the field, and you see it on the court.
Pick it up at all sports, pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, it's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
Choosing a college is about setting a course, a path that leads to your destination. At EKU, the adventure is what lies in between. Eastern Kentucky University. Great journeys begin here.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burnt.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic here at Lexington Catholic. It is the championship game of the Traditional Bank Classic. Gary Ball with former Tates Creek coach Justin Cheatham. Here with me today is Mercy, the Jaguars, under Keith Bache. They are taking on Elizabethtown under Timmy Mudd. E-Town 10-1, and Coach, there's a reason they're ranked number one in the state. E-Town, they're a really good basketball team.
Well, E-Town coming out of the 5th region is traditionally a strong program and well coached by Tim Mudd and led by Erin Boley this year. Wow, what an outstanding young lady, averaging a double-double, 20 points a game. Field goal percentage around 50%. She takes good shots. She gets good shots in the paint. A force to be reckoned with in Erin Boley for E-Town.
And Mercy, they're being led by a couple of young ladies. Mallory Martin, the 6-foot senior, averaging a double-double. And then, of course, Lamley makes some work offensively, running the point out there, leads them in assists. And they got the really good game yesterday out of Bewley. Bewley pumped in 18 points, and most importantly for Bewley, she hit some big free throws down the stretch in their big win over Ashland. Looked like they were going to blow Ashland out of the gym, Coach Cheatham, but Ashland would have none of that. They came back, actually had the lead in the fourth quarter, and it took Mercy to pull it out, 55-52.
Right, I believe they had an 11-point lead and lost it and had to win the game twice. So a great job by Bewley knocking down the free throws in clutch time. It'll be interesting to see if Mercy can stick with their press. They like to press a whole lot. So this is their 4th game in 4 days. Will they stick with the press? You know, they faced E-Town earlier this year on December the 11th, and I believe they lost by 30 points. So this is a chance for them to earn a little redemption and play E-Town a little closer than they did last time.
Yeah, I was talking to the Mercy coaches about that game, and they said, boy, it spiraled downhill, but they said we're a much different basketball team right now than we were back then, talking about Mercy as E-Town comes in 10-1. Their only loss to a team out of Tennessee, a nationally ranked team, is the only blemish on the E-Town record right now.
Right. One thing you can say about E-Town is they don't shy away from competition. They're playing the best of the best throughout the state and in other states. I mean, they're going to play down in Naples, Florida, and they're going to face some tough competition there. They're going to play in the Louisville Invitational Tournament later on this year. So Tim Mudd is definitely stacking his schedule with some tough competition to prepare his ladies.
Of course, they're being led by Erin Boley, and you already heard what a great player she is, 6'2 junior, 20 points a game, 12 rebounds. She's already headed to Notre Dame to play her college basketball. But the young girl that's really been stepping up in this tournament, Rihanna Cleaver, she came into the tournament averaging over 9 points a game, but she's been averaging over 20 in this tournament. Cleaver has a big 6'2 senior, and boy, she has really turned into a dynamo for E-Town.
Right, and another lady for E-Town who scores at a high field goal percentage. It just shows that E-Town's patient on the offensive end. They work to get the best shot possible, and they take that high percentage shot in the paint. Cleaver averaging around 57 field goal percentage. That's outstanding.
Coach, you mentioned the press that Mercy likes to put on you. When you play a team like E-Town, where everybody can handle the basketball, and they pass the ball so well. Is there any point, if you're Mercy, you're thinking, hey, maybe need to come out of this press?
Well, I absolutely think that, especially when you just lost by 30 on December the 11th and you're playing your 4th game in 4 days. I don't think the press will be very effective against this E-Town team. I think what will be more effective is getting back on defense, saving your legs a little bit, and packing in the zone and trying to make E-Town take some outside shots.
This tournament, it is a grind. I mean, as you said, they play 4 games and back six. It's almost like a state tournament type deal where you play a game every day. And then, of course, in the Sweet 16, they switched that now where you play your semifinal game Saturday night, your championship Sunday afternoon. And here we're playing the championship on the Tuesday afternoon. Of course, Christmas is day after tomorrow, so they decided to make this championship an afternoon game so everybody can get back home and get ready for all their Christmas Eve plans tomorrow.
Right, and these young ladies have had a tough semester, and they've played a lot of basketball, but one more good basketball game to go.
We expect a good one here in the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic here at Lexington Catholic. It's Elizabethtown and Mercy for the championship. And we'll step out when we come back. We will talk some more about the game. It's E-Town and Mercy here, championship game of the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic when we return here on PrepSpin, produced by William Moorfield.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, it's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
I know you young people said to yourselves, I am going to live a purposeful life.
And I say to you, during your 4 years of college is a time to enlarge your souls. And the way to enlarge your lives is to so broadcast your life into the lives of others that it will return to you 100-fold.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
See it on the field, if you see it on the court.
Pick it up at all sports, pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
And we're back here at Lexington Catholic, the site of the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic. Gary Ball, former Tates Creek coach Justin Cheatham, William Warfield, our producer. It is Louisville Mercy against Elizabethtown, and we're going to refer to them like they like to be referred to the rest of the game, E-Town. That's what everybody calls them. That's what they wear on their jerseys, E-Town. So that's how we're going to refer to this E-Town basketball team. And they're number 1 in the state, 10-1, have not lost to a Kentucky team, Coach Cheatham. And also some folks feel they might be nationally ranked before it's all said and done.
Well, and deservedly so. I mean, not only they are undefeated against Kentucky competition, but they're beating everyone by double digits. And like I said earlier, they face this Mercy team who's playing outstanding basketball right now on December the 11th, beat them by 30 points. So, I mean, this is an outstanding stacked E-Town team.
I'll be surprised if they beat them by 30 in this game tonight, wouldn't you, Coach?
Probably a little bit slower pace.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, let's look at Mercy. They're the visitors on the scoreboard. The upper bracket is the home team, and that is E-Town here this afternoon, so E-Town's a home team. Louisville Mercy will start Jessica Lamley. She is a 5'5 junior, averages 8 points, but that's not the story about Miss Lamley. She is the point guard. She leads them in assists, and she really makes them go. She got into foul trouble in the Ashland game and had to go out late in the game, but she really is the straw that stirs the drink there for Mercy.
Mercy has to stay out of foul trouble if they want to stay competitive in this game tonight.
Hannah Bewley is the shooter, 5'7 senior, averaging 14 points a game. Maddie Woods, a junior. Mallory Martin, the big girl, 6 foot senior down low, 16 points, 10 rebounds. And Elizabeth Anderson, a 6 foot sophomore, Anderson struggled with her shot for Mercy in their win over Ashland, 1 of 9 from the field, so they really need Elizabeth Anderson to step up, have a good day from the field today to knock off this number 1 E-Town team.
Right, you're going to knock off number 1, you've got to be able to make some outside shots, so they definitely need Elizabeth Anderson to step it up and knock down some shots, and some shots early to get some confidence.
Let's take a look at Elizabethtown. They will start Erin Boley at a forward, 6'2 junior, a leading candidate for the Player of the Year. 20 points, 12 rebounds. Rihanna Cleaver, 6'2 senior, averaging 11 points now, 5 rebounds. Darian Huff is a 5'9 senior, averaging 9 points. Livy Bowling, 5'9 senior, averaging 8 points. And Rachel Warden, a 5'7 junior, averaging 6 points a game. Those are your starters. So to reiterate, for Mercy, it's Lamley, Bewley, Woods, and Martin, and Anderson. And for E-Town, Bowley, Cleaver, Huff, Bowling, and Warden. Those are your starters in the game today. It's an afternoon affair. Championship game, Coach, of the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic.
Well, it should be an outstanding, well-played game. I think both teams are absolutely look prepared and energetic in warm-ups, and it should be an exciting matchup.
And E-Town wearing the white. They've got the white with the purple, and Mercy in the dark blue with the white numerals and the trim. Mercy, as we said, jumping up for them will be Anderson. Elizabeth is a sophomore, and we'll see who E-Town, usually Cleaver does the jump balls for the E-Town basketball team out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Boy, a lot of high school tradition there in Elizabethtown.
Well, I'm from the 5th region, and I tell you, E-Town is traditionally just an outstanding team.
A lot of sports, prowess and everything. Football there at E-Town. Billy Ransdell, a great quarterback from Kentucky, played at E-Town, and just to mention a few. And so a lot of sports tradition there. Let's see what happens here in the championship game of the Traditional Bank Classic. And as I said, normally it's Cleaver going up, not Bowley. Cleaver trying to get everybody fired up, going around giving everybody high fives. And she will jump it up against Anderson. So Cleaver against Anderson. And the game is underway. And tap is going to be controlled by E-Town. Long pass. They skip it over the right side to Huff. Huff comes back out top to Bowling. Bowling back over to Huff. They're looking for Cleaver. They come back out to Bowling. Bowling now will work it around, and she's got Warden open in the corner, but she's going to look at that Mercy packed-in zone, Coach.
Right, that's exactly right. Mercy comes out packing in a 3-2 zone.
Bounce pass out top now to Livy Bowling. She comes over now to Huff, and here's a shot by Bowley off the iron. No good, and the iron was not kind. Rebounded by Bewley. Here comes Hannah Bewley wanting to push it for Mercy. Game just underway. First possession by E-Town. He couldn't get a shot to go. Anderson has it deep on the left side. Cleaver pays a little bit of attention there. Anderson might get away with a walk. And here's a Martin 3 bullseye. Good start for Mallory Martin. Knocks down the 3. She knocked down the 3 to open up the game against Ashland yesterday in the semifinals.
Gives Mercy a little confidence. Come out and make your first shot.
3-0. Mallory Martin saying there'll be no 30-point wide open. And it's picked off as she was open, but Lamley quickly recovered and picked it off. Here's a ball tipped away by Erin Bowley, the junior sensation player. She's been playing since she's, 8th grade there at E-Town. Erin Bowley headed to Notre Dame, much like Natalie Novosel here at Lexington Catholic. Had a great career at Notre Dame.
Had a great career at Notre Dame.
That's Miss Martin with it. She's already knocked down a big 3. Mercy leads at 3-0 on a Mallory Martin 3-pointer out front. That's the thing about Martin is she can really give you that good outside shot as well. Lob from Lamley over to Bewley. Bewley had 18 points against Ashland last night in their semifinal win. She was the spark plug, really. Telling Maddie Woods to clear out. She comes back to Lamley, back over to Bewley. Bewley works in on Bowley. Cut off there by Cleaver and Bowley. Now skips it out. Lamley trying to go down low. Good defense there. Good hands by Warden. Warden hands it back to Bowley. She stops from 10. Good bullseye.
Bowley runs the floor so well, gets squared up, knocks down the jumper.
3-2 on the Bowley jumper. Cuts the lead for Mercy to 1. Mallory Martin's got it. Triple teamed. Now kicks it over the right side to Woods. Maddie now in trouble. Looking for Anderson. Comes out to Bewley. Good move on Bowley. Good bounce pass to Anderson. She turns, but as she turned, she was fouled. And I think that foul's going to go on Livy Bowling, I believe.
Well, I'm really impressed with Mercy's ball handling. That was a great head fake, great bounce pass. Mercy's definitely ready to play. Ball
knocked away there by Bowley on the inbound attempt there by Mercy. 3-2. Mercy on top on a Mallory Martin 3-pointer. Bowley has the only basket. Here's Bewley wide open. She lets it rip. Off the iron, no. Rebounded by Rihanna Cleaver.
Big, strong rebound there by Cleaver.
And then they throw it away. She tries to kick it out to her teammate Bowling, and Bowling couldn't track it down at midcourt, and it goes out of bounds to Mercy.
E-Town wanted to run. Cleaver wasn't quite ready for that.
Good idea, but bad results on the pass. 3-2, 5:48. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield here at the Traditional Bank Classic Championship game. Thanks for tuning in here on PrepSpin and YouTube. Bewley looking down low to Martin. She gets a lot of attention now. Here's a runner off Mongo, and Cleaver there battling, and we're going to have a push, I believe, against Anderson.
Right, Anderson hustling after the ball, but goes over the back of Cleaver. Ball goes back to E-Town.
But, Bewley getting some good looks on those jumpers by Mercy. Just can't get one to fall right now.
Certainly is, and Mercy right back in their press.
Bowley turns to Cleaver. They give it over to Huff now. Back to Cleaver. Rihanna Cleaver on Anderson, and she lays it in.
Well, Gary, that's 2 trips now. The E-Town has had no trouble with the press.
Down low, there's Anderson, power move, and she lays it in.
What a strong move and great ball control by Anderson.
5-4 Mercy. Huff tracks it down, might have got away with a walk, goes to Erin Bowley. She stops on the right side, off the iron, rolls off, no. And Anderson with a good box out on Cleaver.
Great box out, finds the point guard, and gets down the floor.
Here's Jessica Lamley, comes over now to Bewley. Bewley back out now to Lamley. They go to Anderson, she turns, 3 people on her, tripped up, kicks it over to Woods. Now they swing it around the perimeter. That's Martin. She'll line up another 3. In and out, went halfway down. Will they give her a point for that one, Coach?
I don't think so, but it sure looked good.
It came out. Here's a long pass, and they throw it away again. Turnover by E-Town trying to go to Bowley. 4:38, and it's going to be turned over to Mercy.
I believe that's 3 turnovers by E-Town, so the pressure of Mercy is paying off.
Mallory Martin back to that 3. She got a good look at that 3, and it went halfway down. She hit the first 3. Now it's 5-4 Mercy with the turnover. Bad pass, almost stolen by Bowley, and she knocks it off Lamley, and she thought it would be E-Town ball, but they give it back to Mercy.
E-Town with their 3/4 court press, I would be expecting them to start throwing over top of that to Mallory Martin in the corner.
Anderson goes out as Mackenzie Stovall, the 5'11 senior, checks in. Stovall played very well against Ashland in the semifinal game last night. 5-4. The early lead for Mercy. The big basket has been the Mallory Martin 3-pointer. She had another one rim in and out. She's got it right there on the left side. Martin moves in, back tap there, and tapped away. Good defense by Darian Huff. Knocked it away from the backside. Jessica Lamley triggers in the corner. Bewley lines up the 3. Off the iron, rolls no good, and rebounded by Erin Bowley. Bowley, front court. Kicks it over now to Warden. Warden comes back out to Livy Bowling. Now Mercy packing in that 3-2 zone defense, Coach Cheatham, and that's been effective so far.
It's been effective, and, it's only the second time we've seen them play in the half-court set.
That's right. Low pass to Cleaver, and on the floor there is Stovall, and we're going to have a jump ball called, and a possession arrow will give it to the Jaguars of Mercy.
Right, great job by Stovall, deflecting that pass, getting on the floor after it, and the ball goes back to Mercy.
5-4, Jaguars on top, and they have the lead in leather. 3:43, trouble getting it in, though, but Mallory Martin comes back to help out on that situation. Martin skips it over left side now to Woods. Maddie Woods down the floor, back to Mallory Martin down the lane. Stolen away, tipped away by Huff. Huff just stripped it out of there. Huff busts out and lays it up and rolls out. Tapped around, picked up by Bowley. Aaron stops left side off glass, knocks it down.
Boy, Bowley does such a great job of using the dribble to regain position to take the great-looking jump shot.
Woods kicks it over to Bewley. Bewley down the lane, cut off by Cleaver. Out top, here's a 3-pointer off the mark. And Martin trying to hustle there with Cleaver, but Cleaver wins that 50-50 ball.
Cleaver hustles well after that ball.
Warden's got it, thought about it, lobs down to Bowley. Aaron triple team. Back out now to Huff, lines it up, in and out. Cleaver battling, throws it up and draws the foul on the offensive glass by Rihanna Cleaver with 2:53 here in a fast-paced first quarter of action.
Fast-paced, I think that's, leaning towards Mercy's advantage. They forced E-Town into some turnovers, and it's a one-point game, so their defense is having some success. They've made that 1-3. They've had a couple other great looks from the three-point line. They've got to get a few more to go, though.
At the line is Rihanna Cleaver, the senior, 6'2". She knocks down the free throw, 3 points for Cleaver.
Well, that is a good-looking free throw stroke by Cleaver.
Just checking in, Jada Stinson. By the way, listen to this young lady. Stinson off the bench, the sophomore, averages over 7 points a game off the bench.
Right. They are a well-balanced team. E-Town. They have 5 players outside of Boley who all score 6 to 7 points a game.
Cleaver got them both. She's got 4 points to equal Boley, and it's 8-5. 3-point lead is the biggest, almost a reach there with the ball. Schmitz, and she skips it over to Bewley. Schmitz just checked in. Maria, a 5'4 junior, played well against Ashland last night off the bench. Bounce pass to Bewley. They got to get her going. And on her Stinson defensively as E-Town's packing in a 2-3 zone defense. Schmitz, Woods, now Bewley. Mercy's going to be patient here. Down 3, 2:25 in the first period, 8-5. E-Town on top. E-Town's big guns, Boley and Cleaver, have all 8 points, 4 points apiece. Here's the ball kicked. Coming out of there with it will be Huff. Huff with a bust out, lays it up and in.
That's excellent, patient defense by E-Town to force that bad pass. Equals 2 easy points for E-Town.
Bewley over to Stovall. They kicking down the middle. They got Schmitz open. She works on Cleaver. Scoops it up. No. Rebounded by Boley. Aaron Boley down court. Kicks it over now to Huff. Out to Cleaver. Fakes. In the corner. Here's Warden's shot, and she knocks it down.
Well, Gary, that is just excellent ball movement by E-Town. The ball's penetrated the right side of the floor, swung all the way around. Good-looking three-point stroke there. E-Town now up 13-5.
Yeah, Rachel Warden, after Mercy had the early lead, now it's all E-Town as they have ripped off, 9 in a row now? They were down 5-4?
That's right. Well, they've gone from a full court press to a three-quarter court press. They've extended their 2-3 zone. They've packed in a 2-3 zone, and it's really got Mercy confused right now on the offensive end. They're trying to be patient, but they missed a couple of early open looks and now find themselves in a little bit of a hole.
So 13-5, that's the biggest lead E-Town has enjoyed. Aaron Boley with 4, Cleaver with 4. Huff had the 2 on the bust down, and then Warden just knocked down the 3 out of the left side. Mallory Martin got the 3 to go early. She had another 3, went halfway down and came out. And then Anderson has a bucket. She's out of the ball game right now, but she just checked back in as we speak there. Elizabeth Anderson for Mercy back in the game now. Martin back in there as well. Long pass to Anderson, gets behind Cleaver, stops, spin move. Anderson powers it up, and it rolls out of there. Martin got a hand on it. And, boy, nice move there, though, by Elizabeth Anderson on Cleaver.
Well, it was a great way to attack the press, a great cross-court pass to Anderson. Just couldn't knock that shot down.
Minute 35 here in the first quarter. Stinson's got it for E-Town. Stinson in the front court to Cleaver. Cleaver over now to Huff, lines up the 3. Bullseye. Boy, I tell you.
Well, Gary, with E-Town's inside game, if they're making threes, they are absolutely unbeatable.
Who's that sound like?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like the Kentucky men's team. When they're knocking down threes, I don't know anybody can beat them. Same way with E-Town. Bewley's trying to get on track. She stops left side. That's short. Tapped around. Boley tapped it to herself. Here comes Aaron Boley out of there with it. Boley looking. Now kicks it out to Warden. Warden lob down to Cleaver. Bounce over. They really move the ball. Boley lines up the 3. Bullseye.
3 in a row, Gary, and that all started with the ball movement into Cleaver, who kicks it out, enables to move the defense, swings to the other side. E-Town 3 for 3 now from the three-point line.
19-5 after Mercy led early 5-4. There's Mallory Martin down the lane, throws it up with the left hand, and traveling called on Mallory Martin. I didn't see the travel from up here.
Right now, Mercy's just looking for anything. So, of course, they go to Mallory Martin. Good decision. They're getting some penetration, just not getting very good looks after they get that penetration.
35 seconds in the first quarter. It's all E-Town after Coach Cheatham just said 3 consecutive trifectas behind the arc, 9 straight points on those threes, and now they have a 19-5 lead, and looks like they're going to be patient here at the end of the first quarter. Maybe run some clock. Down to 18 seconds now. Stinson being double-teamed. Dribbles out of it. Jada Stinson with that pounding down that left hand. Now switches over to the right hand. Bounce passes out of it to Huff. She gives to Warden. She knocked down a 3. Stinson gives to Boley, and that's going to be a clear out. I'm not sure they got that on, Coach. They get that on Boley?
They got that on Boley, yeah. Fighting for position for the ball. But, I'm really impressed with E-Town's guard play as well. They've got the strong post play in Cleaver and Boley, but my goodness, their guards just are really strong with the ball.
Yep, they've gotten 3 trays out of Boley, Huff, and Warden. Long pass to Martin, knocked away by Boley, and boy, what a a fury of action there for E-Town in the latter part of that quarter. We get to the second quarter, and E-Town leads Mercy 19-5 here at the Traditional Bank Classic here at Lexington Catholic. We'll return here on PrepSpin, produced by William Moorfield.
Choosing a college is a major decision.
So why did I choose WKU?
Because at WKU, professors are experts in their field.
I'm encouraged to study abroad.
And make the whole world my classroom.
And where I get real-world experience. Doing exactly what I want to do. And where I have all the tools I need to prepare for a successful future.
It's all within my reach at Western Kentucky University.
E-Town all over Mercy, 19-5. Mercy jumped out early, Coach Justin Cheatham, but E-Town found their stroke, so to speak, as we look at those first quarter stats, Coach. And I tell you, the big story there, as you said, those big 3 trays hit by E-Town in the last 2 or 3 minutes of that quarter.
Right, Aaron Boley leads all scorers with 7 points, Cleaver with 4, and Warden with that 3 really caused the separation to occur between the two.
Stinson in trouble, knocked away from Boley. Good defense by Mallory Martin, and here comes Mercy with it. That's Madison Woods. Out to Mallory Martin. Out top, they swing Lamley over to Bewley. Bewley needs to get on track here. Pass down to Anderson. Anderson double team. Ball bounced out of there. Martin gets it back. Mallory drives right side. She kicks it out top. They go over to Bewley, making that extra pass. Bewley to the basket, won't go. There's Anderson with the stick back off glass. Good job by Elizabeth Anderson.
I'm really impressed with how hard she plays. Every time Elizabeth Anderson's gotten around the ball, she's got her hands on the ball.
Long pass over to Huff. She's open, won't take it though. Out Boley, she'll line it up, and it's off the iron. No. Anderson on the floor, and they're going to say last touch. Boy, good hustle there by Anderson to knock it off of Darian Huff there.
Anderson is a workhorse. She makes things happen. And boy, what a sigh of relief there. Mercy comes out of the quarter, gets a basket. If that 3 goes down for E-Town, that just really is probably going to take the wind out of the sails immediately in this second quarter for Mercy, but that doesn't fall. So
what could help the Jaguars right now is to knock down a couple of threes, just like E-Town did there late in that quarter. Here's Anderson cutting in Cleaver, and we're going to have a travel call. She was actually cut off there by Taylor Thomas, the sophomore, just checked in. Thomas checked in for Cleaver. She cut her off.
Right, that was great defense by Thomas to get over there, slide over, and cut her off and turn the offensive player and force the turnover.
19-7. Stinson looking over at Coach Mudd for the play. And it looks like Mercy now is in a man-to-man.
Mercy's going to go man-to-man and get out of their press.
6:45 here in the first half, 19-7. Number 1 team in the state, E-Town on top. They kick it out top, almost stolen away, but Thomas gets it back. Goes over to Stinson. Stinson's got some handles, doesn't she?
She sure does. I'll tell you, quick,
Boley
handles the ball well.
Left hand, Boley short arm that one, though, but pulled out of there by Thomas. Out to Huff. 6:22 to go in the first half, and E-Town on top, 19-7, leading Mercy. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Moorfield here at the Traditional Bank Classic.
A great bench play they're getting out of E-Town, with Stinson coming in and Thomas. There's no drop-off at all.
First foul on Martin, and that was a little ticky-tack. 19-7, 6:11 to go in the first half. Pass out to Aaron Boley. Boley lines up the 3, got it, nothing but net. 10 points now for Aaron Boley.
Great-looking shot there by Boley, and you know what? That's what Mercy's going to give them, and that's what they're going to take, and E-Town's making the threes.
Bewley out top, Lamley's 3, got it. Boy, they needed one, and Jessica Lamley.
Good kick out to Lamley there, and she knocks down the 3, gives Mercy a little hope.
Makes it 22-10 on the Lamley trifecta. Huff stops over Martin, won't go. Boley got the rebound, turns around, short arms it, and let's see, battle forward. Looked like Huff went out of bounds with it. It'll go to E-Town, but boy, how big was that three-pointer by Lamley? That's the second 3 that Mercy's hit. Remember, Mallory Martin opened up the game with a big 3 for the Jaguars.
That's right, and Mercy can probably get more of those with a little dribble penetration and then kick to the weak side. They could probably get a couple more of those good looks, but they've got to get them to fall.
22-10. Number 1 team in the state on top by a dozen. 5:32 to go. First half action here at the Traditional Bank Classic at Catholic. And side court, I thought Cleaver might have pushed her, and Cleaver also got a little hurt in the side a little bit there. Gets up a little gingerly. Might have hurt her wrist a little bit.
Yeah, her finger or her wrist. Probably just, yep, she's holding her wrist a little bit there. She was going for that steal in the press, and it's like she jammed her wrist a little.
Called the second foul on Rihanna Cleaver. Jammed her wrist, and here comes Mercy. A three-pointer here would get them down to single digits. Lamley knocked down a three on the couple of possessions for them ago, and Martin can hit the three. There's Bewley. She's open from three, lines it up. Off the mark, no. Good rebound, stuck back up and in. Nicely done by Stovall.
Well, that's a well-executed play against the zone by Mercy to screen the top of the zone and get a good look.
Stovall cuts it to 10, and then a foul on a reach at midcourt. I don't know why you foul 40 feet from the basket, but nevertheless, these are high school kids. They're going to do that a lot.
Mercy's so used to pressing. They just have a hard time getting back and finding their man.
5:05 here in the first half. Elizabethtown and Mercy. E-Town up 22-12. That's Jada Stinson with it in backcourt. Now looking over at Tim Mudd. Pounds it down on Lamley. Cut off by Gross. Catherine Gross just checked in. Here's Warden with it. Warden to the basket. A little hang shot. Scoop no. And Stovall taps. Coming out of there with it is Lamley. Lamley wanting to push the issue a little bit now. Cross the line over to Mallory Martin. She'll line up a deep three out front and knock it down. How about that?
Wow, Gary, she just stepped right into that shot, knocks down a three, and
Mercy right back in it, 22-15. Long pass wide open. Bowley turns and scores.
Well, right back in it until you don't get back and find your man. And Bowley will definitely make you pay when you don't find her.
By the way, that's 12 for Bowley, and bad pass, but kicked away there by Warden of E-Town. Good hustle by Warden getting back, 24-15. And I tell you, if Mercy could knock down a three here, this would get real interesting. Lamley down low, and off shot won't go, but maybe you'll get it the old-fashioned way, but Stovall is fouled. She'll go to the line. She could get the shot to drop.
Mercy does a good job executing their offensive sets. That was a great, well-designed, out-of-bounds play, well executed, gets Mercy to the free throw line. Gary, this E-Town team is just really, really good.
Yes, they are.
And Mercy's really good, too.
Yeah, they're just maybe a notch below.
Yeah.
But they're good, and Stovall knocked down the first free throw. That's her third point. Got them both. I was about ready to say before she shot those free tosses, she's an excellent free throw shooter. She made them both, Coach.
Mercy back, and it's 3-2 now.
24-17. Mercy has cut it down to 7 on the Stovall two free throws, and they kick it in the corner to Z-Town to Stinson. Looking at that zone. Over now to Huff. Huff moves left. Out top, Warden lines up the three. Got it.
Once again, ball goes from one side of the court to the other. Back out to Warden, who knocks down the three.
Rachel.
Outstanding job.
Second tray for Rachel. Bad pass, and Bowley makes a pay, but throws it right back to Mallory Martin, and then she throws it right back to Bowling. Leads it out now to Stinson. Drives, lays it in.
Two bad decisions there by Mallory Martin. The second one gets her.
Back tap there by Stinson and picked up by E-Town. Lead it back to Stinson. Stinson in the middle to Bowley. Bowley turns and short arm, and a lot of her shots are just going a little bit short today, but there's Huff there to get it. And they give it out to Stinson, and that shot won't go. Rebounded by Bewley of Mercy.
Bowley does a good job of getting squared up, but yeah, like you said, she's had better luck behind the three-point line today.
Bewley goes in on Bowley. Double team now, and we're going to have a quick timeout called. 3:05 to go in the first half. It is E-Town, the number one ranked team in Kentucky, 29, and Mercy 17. And Coach, Mercy looked like they were going to get right back in it, but every time they do, then they start throwing the ball away a little bit.
Well, every time they do it, E-Town just steps up the pressure, and they play with such energy. The full court, half court defensive set, whether they're pressing, whether they're in their three-quarter court press, whether they're moving the ball in the offensive end, E-Town plays with such energy that when they feel the slightest bit of a threat from Mercy there, they came right back and extended that lead back to 12.
Of course, Christmas is day after tomorrow, which everybody happy holidays. Coach, happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you, same to you.
Merry Christmas, and everybody have a great one. And safe holiday as well.
Right, warm holiday too. I think it was
60 degrees out there today.
Right, going to be 60 tomorrow, and then a chance of snow on, what are they here, Christmas morning?
What can Mercy do here, Coach? They're down a dozen.
Well, I would stay out of my press, and I would keep mixing up my man-to-man and my 3-2 and save my energy for my offensive sets and continue to execute and hope those threes fall.
Lob out top to Martin. Martin Left elbow, about a 15-footer. Back of the rim, no. And battling for it, Boley's got it. Here comes Boley.
Boy, and with her size, to be able to handle the ball that well, to be able to play inside, step out, knock down the shot, to see why she's going to Notre Dame.
Kick it over to Huff. Here's a three from Huff. That's an air ball. Tapped up, no. There's Limley battling, but she knocked it out of bounds. It'll go back to E-Town. That was good hustle there by Rachel Warden of E-Town to cause that ball to go back to her ball club.
Very scrappy team, as Huff. Huff is a very scrappy young player, too.
Livy Bolin to Boley. Down low, but high pass, picked off. Coming out of there with it is Stovall. She's going to be immediately fouled by Livy Bolin of E-Town.
Great out-of-bounds play. Got the look that they wanted. The Stinson pass was a little bit too high, so ball goes back to Mercy, and they really need to be patient here on the offensive end, move the ball. When they go inside out, get a little dribble penetration, kick to the other side, or screen the top of the zone like they did earlier, they get some good looks.
Lamley over to Martin. She's open from three, launches, and it's off the mark this time. Rebounded, coming out there with it is Bowling. Bowling down the middle. Livy now is going to circle the wagon, skip it over to Warden. She lines up the three and knocks it down.
Warden just went over there and camped out, and Bowling
That's
found her.
obviously her spot.
That's her spot, and knocked it down. Great arch on her shot, too.
Stovall wide open, won't go, and just reach it over top. Bowley reached right over top of Gross and took the basketball. Aaron right side, Bowley off glass, good.
Well, that is just all Bowley. Bowley doesn't get boxed out by Gross. Bowley goes right over top. No one picks her up. She goes all the way in for a 6-foot jump shot.
Just when it looked like Mercy was going to get back in the game, had it down to 10 points.
Right, now they've doubled them up.
There's Lamley with it, a minute 50 to go. Long pass now. Back out to Mallory Martin. Martin moves in. Runner and in and out. Rebounded Doe and Gross out top, and three back of the rim won't go for Lamley. Tapped around, and Aaron Bowley takes it. Bowley. Right side leads it now to Huff. Huff to the basket and won't go, and pulled out of there by Stovall. Here comes Mercy. That's Woods. Woods. Martin open. Now she gives it to her. Martin was open from three, now cut off by Huff. Mallory back out top. She swings it to Lamley. Over to Woods, back to Lamley. Now to Mallory Martin. Moves in right elbow, a little floater. That's an air ball. And it'll go to E-Town with a minute 3.
Well, Mercy made the right decision by backing it out, moving the ball around, not being in such a rush. But, again, it's hard to do when you're down 17, a minute to go. You feel like you need to score 4 or 5 baskets at one trip, and Mercy not taking a very good shot there.
Stinson back in there. She's kind of like a spark plug for this team, isn't she?
She certainly is. I've seen one bad pass out of the 3 guards so far today, and that's it.
Huff and Bowling play catch with Stinson down to 48 seconds. And E-Town's going to have a nice lead at halftime. It just depends on what they do here. They lead by 17 right now, 34-17. Lob goes to Huff. Huff out top, Bowling, saved there by Stinson for E-Town, down to 32 seconds here. Stinson works on Lamley, 25 seconds. And 5-second call. Good defense, coach, there by Jessica Lamley.
Great defense. That's what they need, you know. Continue to play defense, continue to play hard-nosed defense, force some turnovers, be patient right here. You know, even if you take the last shot, that's fine. Take a good shot, run your offense, screen the top of the zone, maybe get Mallory Martin another good look behind the three-point line, and go into halftime making a basket.
Team, they won the middle school state championship 4 years ago, and a lot of these girls were on that team for E-Town. Here's a three-pointer. Lamley won't go. Box out and picked up. They lead it out. Stinson, and that's going to be the halftime score. E-Town will take a 34-17 lead into the locker room over Mercy here at the half. E-Town being led by their superstar, Aaron Bowley. I show her with 14 points already. And we'll come back with some numbers and halftime here at the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic with E-Town on top, 34-17.
I know you young people said to yourselves, I am going to live a purposeful life.
And I say to you, during your 4 years of college is a time to enlarge your souls. And the way to enlarge your lives is to so broadcast your life into the lives of others that it will return to you.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, it's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
Welcome back here to halftime, where the number one team in the state, Elizabethtown, under Tim Mudd, leads the Mercy Jaguars 34-17. Mercy, coach, hung in there in the first quarter, actually had an early lead, but then those threes back to back, those 9 straight points by E-Town kind of was a dagger, really, is why they have this 17-point lead.
Well, right. You're going to beat E-Town. You have to take away the inside presence, and they do that effectively and force Boley into some rush shots, but then E-Town comes right back. And, wow, they've made 5 threes in that half, which is outstanding, shooting the ball. Aaron Boley leads all scorers with 14 points, 2 for 4 behind the three-point line. Cleaver with 4 points, Huff with 5, and Rachel Warden, 3 for 3 behind the three-point line with 9 points. And then Jada Stinson came in, handled the ball, just excellent job handling the ball to Jada Stinson, 2 points. For Mercy, Elizabeth Anderson with 4 points. Mallory Martin knocked down 2 big threes, but couldn't get going other than that. She leads Mercy with 6 points. Bewley with 3 points, and Stovall with 4. But, Mercy being out-rebounded 10-20, and
right.
You just have to do a better job boxing out if you're going to compete with the number one team. But you know what, Mercy, I'm impressed with Mercy. I think they're a good basketball team. it's just clear why E-Town is the #1 team in the state.
I think the number you just gave is the big number to me, the 20 rebounds to 10, because a lot of those were offensive,
Right.
and E-Town were getting second opportunities. And when you give a team like E-Town second opportunities, they're usually going to bury you with a three or a stick back, and that's what they did. That's why they had the 17-point lead. But I agree with you. E-Town is one of the better girls teams that you'll see in a long time in the state of Kentucky. They Coach True, who did the game with me last night, Scott True from Lexington Catholic, said that this year it may be E-Town, kind of like the year Marion County when it had Epps and Kyvan Good Rogers.
Right.
He said that year it was Marion County, then everybody else, playing for second and third. He said that may be the case this year. E-Town is that good.
Right. Well, in the fifth region, you look at the fifth region, and like I said, E-Town hasn't lost a game under like 15 points in the state of Kentucky. They'll play Adair County later on next month, which Adair County's got a really good team. Other than that, I don't see anybody in the fifth region competing with them. And it's like you said, it could be a year where it's like it was a couple years ago with Marion County, that it's E-Town and everyone else, because they look that good. They have excellent guard play. They mix up their press. They mix up their half-court zones. And they've got such good inside and outside threat offensively.
And, Coach, you and I will be back here with William for the Traditional Bank Boys Classic. That'll be coming up. It starts Friday, the day after Christmas. We'll be out here with some broadcasts Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday are the semis and the championship. And, man, what a field they have put together for that Traditional Boys Classic. You got Trinity, the #1 team in the state, who some people feel is the prohibitive favorite to get to the Sweet 16 this year out of the 7th region. And then, of course, you've got teams like Covington Catholic, who won the state championship last year in the boys basketball tournament. You got teams like Lexington Catholic. You got teams like Lexington Christian with Matt Rose, one of the best players in the state of Kentucky. You've got Henderson County, Henry Clay. I mean, there are some terrific teams playing in that boys tournament. It gets underway the day after Christmas this Friday.
Right, and it's a really fun tournament to come to, and you will see a high level of basketball played right here in Lexington right after Christmas. So if you're looking for something to do, come out to Lexington Catholic and check out the games, because it will be some outstanding basketball.
I know there are some terrific teams going to be playing in that, so check it out. William will be here with all that coverage, and the coach and I will have some broadcast as well with PrepSpin, and I think we're even going to do a WVLK game Saturday night. Looks like Henry Clay and Henderson County will be our featured game this week on our WVLK game of the week.
Two teams that get up and down the court and score a lot of points. It'll be fun.
So looking forward to that, and we'll step out. We'll come back. We'll have the second half with E-Town leading Mercy 34-17. We'll return here to the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic after this timeout on PrepSpin, produced by William Warfield.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Choosing a college is about setting a course, a path that leads to your destination. At EKU, the adventure is what lies in between. Eastern Kentucky University. Great journeys begin here.
Life is easy.
Hey, great party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Second half starts, and here's a lead out to Boley, lays it in.
Second half starts with a bad pass by Mercy, and Boley comes right down to make some pay.
Good dish there by Darian Huff. Long pass to Martin. She kicks it over to Bewley. They really need her to get on track. Down low, Anderson. Nice move. Anderson throws it up off balance. No good. Aaron Boley there with it for Elizabethtown. E-Town out of the 5th region. And Mercy out of that tough, what is it, 6th region?
The 6th region, that's right.
Yeah, tough 6th region. They'll have a tough battle in that region. They
always do.
Night in and night out. In that Louisville region, the 6th and 7th region doesn't get much better than that in girls basketball.
That's right.
7:12 to go here in the 3rd, and it's all E-Town, the number 1 ranked team in the state, 36-17. And Coach, this 19-point lead is their biggest lead of the ball game.
It is, and Gary, it's good to see Cleaver come back in. She hurt her wrist there in the 2nd, and she came out and started the 3rd, and she was still kind of favoring her wrist, but she's come right back, and looks like she's forgot about it now.
I noticed that too, Coach. She was kind of holding her wrist to start the second half like it was still bothering her a little bit. Hope that's nothing serious. She's a fantastic player. Boley. Aaron has it left side. Bounce pass out with Livy Bowling. Well, she's a spark plug too, isn't she, Bowling?
She sure is.
Looking at that, looks like Mercy's packing in a 2-3 right now. It was 3-2 earlier.
It was a 3-2 early, going back, packing in the 2-3.
Huff skips it out top Bowley. They come over now to Rachel Warden. Warden knocked down some threes in that first. Skips it over left side, but nope, picked off there by Bewley. Bewley, coming off an 18-point performance against Ashland last night, was held scoreless in the first half.
Well,
she's got the ball. Bounce pass down to Anderson. She's got an open lane, lays it in. She defeated Cleaver, and Cleaver looked like she maybe took a shot in the chin.
Excellent bounce pass there, entry pass by Bewley.
36-19, E-Town by 17. Long pass to Cleaver. Works on Mallory Martin. Over to Warden. Kicks in the corner now to Darian Huff. Back to Warden, back over to Huff. As we said, we'll have the boys' action here on PrepSpin as well, and that gets underway Friday. Coach and I will be back here Saturday and possibly Sunday with some big games of the boys' Traditional Bank Classic.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
What a field that's going to be. That's going to be one of the best tournaments you'll see. That'll be as good as the Sweet 16, I'm telling you right now.
It will be. It's always a fun event to attend right after Christmas, too.
It'll be like a mini Sweet 16, won't it, here in December,
That's
late
right.
December.
That's right.
Get to preview the Whitaker Bank KHSAA Boys Sweet 16. We'll preview it at the Traditional Bank Classic in late December. There's going to be several teams in that field that will be in the Sweet 16.
It'll be that caliber of basketball. You just won't have to pay that much to park.
That's right. Boley knocks it down. That's a good point. That's 18 for Erin Boley. She averages 20 if you're keeping score at home. She's a double-double girl, and she comes up with a steal right on cue. We're praising her. She gets the big steal. Boley over now to Huff. Baseline cut off by Anderson. Back to Boley. Lines it up. Back of the rim. Rolls off and stripped away. Good hands by Martin. Come out of there with it is Madison Woods. Gets a pick from Martin. Over to Bewley. Bewley to Woods. Woods over to Lamley. Out top Bewley. Southpaw thought about it. Works in Boy Huff. Good defender. Strips it away from her. And then tripped up there by Bewley. Bewley down, shaken up a little bit. Be okay, though. They're going to help her up.
Yeah, I believe she's okay. Just a little frustrated there. Not being able to come up with that. And, it's frustrating. You're playing a team like E-Town who has so many weapons, and you can do something right, and they'll still make you pay for it. It's just it's one of those things where you're playing a team that is just superior.
Aaron Muethler and also it looks like Stovall have checked back in for Mercy. Right side, here's Huff's 15-footer off the mark, and battling for it is Martin, and she pulls it right away from Stovall, her teammate. Mallory, the front court, cut off, double team, passes and cutting off the lane is Cleaver and picks it off.
How well Cleaver runs the floor and jumps that passing lane.
Aaron Boley.
Very impressive.
A little hop, skip, and a jump, and they call a travel on her. Just 4:33 in the third, and it's all E-Town. Number one ranked team in the state, 38, and Mercy 19. I'm not sure about the first polls. I think they come out after Christmas, don't they, Coach?
They usually do, right.
AP polls. I'm not sure if Mercy will be ranked, but E-Town will clearly be your number one team.
Mercy started off the season 1-3, but hadn't lost a game since. So
Martin,
they have certainly improved.
Yeah, they have. Martin's 3-1 go and trying to track it down is Muethler, but can't come up with it.
Anytime you make it to the finals of this tournament, you're a good basketball team, and Mercy certainly is.
They're well coached. They play hard. 4 minutes and 5 seconds, and pass almost picked off there by Limley, but here comes Boley. Ball knocked away from her. Aaron tries to tap it back to her teammate, but it'll be out of bounds. It'll go to Mercy. 3:57 into third. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, and William Warfield on prep spin. Right side with it is Martin. Left hand threw it up. No, short armed that one and pulled out of there by Cleaver.
Looked like a tired shot right there
It
by
did,
Martin.
didn't it?
But
Mallory Martin.
I would be tired too. 4 games in 4 days, pressing constantly.
Livy Bowling pounding it down out there for E-Town. Bounce pass in the middle. They go to Boley, looking for Cleaver. Boley with the left hand scoop, rolls out of there and cleared out by Bewley, and we're going to have a foul and a whistle and a clear out called, and I believe Cleaver's going to pick that up working with Stovall.
Right, they call it on Cleaver, and that's going to be her third, and the fans don't like the call, but it's going back to Mercy.
I think the E-Town fans thought that Stovall might have pulled her to the ground, but from up here it looked like a good call. With it is Jessica Lamley. Over to Bewley. They really need to get Bewley going here in the second half to have any kind of shot to come back at all. 18 points Letterman scoring, was the star of the game against Ashland. Here's Martin, throws it up, partially blocked Cleaver. Mallory Martin looks a little tired right now.
She looks worn out.
Long pass it goes, right side. Huff shot in, and she's fouled.
That's going to be a good call there. That was definitely an undercut. We talked about getting out rebounded in the first half. So, Mercy puts a body on her just a little bit too soon.
This is when Mercy starts thinking about the first meeting. When they look up at that board and see 40-19, they start, well, they beat us by 30 the first time. You got to get that out of your mind, though.
Yeah, that's when you start to think about that.
Creep in there a little bit. Free throw good there by Huff.
I'll tell you, E-Town just does not bring their foot up off the gas pedal. They're playing with as much energy as they were playing first minute of this game.
Full metal jacket. Almost a turnover, but Bewley gets it back. Kicks it over, and here's Muethler, and that three rattles in.
Muethler comes in off the bench, knocks down the big three, and
Aaron
a little
Muethler.
spark like that can certainly help.
And a Stovall steal, and she leads it out now to Bewley with Stinson back. Bewley bounce pass and shot off glass, rolled in there for Lamley. 5 points for Lamley now, so 5 in a row now by Mercy makes it 41-24.
You make a couple baskets, and suddenly you've got legs to play defense one more trip.
Yep. Muethler got that big three to go for Mercy. That's Jada Stinson. She's pretty good.
She certainly is.
Stinson. Lob down to Cleaver. Round to Cleaver. Back to Stinson. Foot on the line, and that's short of the iron. No. Tapped around Stovall, but I tell you what, these E-Town girls, they don't even want you to get the ball. They're going to dive on the floor, knock the ball out of bounds before they let you have it.
And that's just a sign of a great team when you can be up 20 and, well in control of this game. A loose ball that could have just gone out of bounds, and they're still diving for it.
Well, Mallory Martin got her well-deserved rest. She comes in there, back in there for Mercy. 41-24, Coach Cheatham. 2 minutes to go in the third. E-Town on top. Warden kicks into the corner to Huff, and that's going to be a little bit too much Muethler contact there, and that foul's going to go on Aaron.
Been impressed with Huff's energy as well, and her ball handling skills. Just done a tremendous job.
41-24, E-Town. They've led by as many as 22. And ball knocked away by Martin. Well, she does look a little bit more energized since getting that rest on the bench.
That's right, a little rest. She comes right back. I mean, she's a strong player, outstanding player, and is able to get in the passing lane there.
And she's a well put together, thick girl.
Right, right. Very athletic.
Yep. Minute 54 in the third. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, former Tates Creek girls basketball coach. William Warfield in the house. Mr. PrepSpin. He's got the ball cap on over there, Coach. He's ready to roll.
He's looking good. Done a great job.
Here's Boley. Aaron kicks it back to Stinson. Back over the swinging down to Huff. Back to Stinson. 1:45 here in the third, and it's all E-Town all the time, the number one team in the state. 41-24, they lead by 17. They've led by as many as 22. Stopping and popping from 10. No good there by Warden. Tapped around. Limley saying, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Comes Limley. Bounce pass right side. Muethler thought about another three. Instead kicks it out to Martin. Martin spinning like a top. Now takes up her dribble, goes good pass down to Stovall, cut off, turns on Thomas and put it in with the left hand. Nice move by Stovall.
Excellent move by Stovall. That was a great offensive move.
41-26, all of a sudden they've cut it. Bad pass to Thomas from Warden and throws it out of bounds. All of a sudden they've cut it to 15 and they've got the ball, Coach.
Right, you cut it to 15, you make a basket, you get a little energy, you get a little hope, your defensive effort and intensity steps up, and you force E-Town into a turnover.
65 seconds left here in the third quarter. Full court press by E-Town. Limley back over to Muethler. Muethler now bounces in the corner. Down low they go to Martin. Mallory Martin off glass, no. Gets it back with the left hand. Rolls out, no good. Boy, Mallory really struggling with a field goal right now.
Really struggling, just kind of throwing the ball up there, hoping it goes in, because E-Town has such a presence down low that you expect it to get blocked, frankly, and it's definitely showing.
Stinson, Warden, Boley, 17-footer, bullseye.
Boley steps out and makes the shot out of the corner. I mean, is there any part of this young lady's game that is just not well-rounded?
Yeah, complete package. She's got 20 points to lead everybody, and she's got a steal, and that's another steal. Leads it out to Stinson. Stinson throws it back and knocked away there by Mercy. Good hands by Gross.
But, to Mercy's credit, they are still sprinting back on defense. Here they find themselves down by quite a bit, and they're still sprinting back playing hard.
Boley puts it in place. She'll be doing that for Notre Dame. She's only a junior, so she's got another year at E-Town before she plays in Notre Dame.
Wow. Again, good defense by Mercy, forcing E-Town into a turnover. Got to take advantage of these opportunities now on the offensive end and be patient, does Mercy, and get a good look.
Well, they've got 3.5 seconds. That's plenty of time to get a pretty good look off here. They're down by 17, are the Jaguars of Mercy.
I would expect a pass to the center court and then a pass to the corner.
Stovall takes it at midcourt, looks up, dribbles down. Stovall launches, and off the board, no good. We go to the final quarter with the number one team in the state, E-Town, leading Mercy 43-26. We'll return here to the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic after this timeout on PrepSpin, produced by William Warfield.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now,
Gary Ball with Justin Cheatham back for the fourth quarter. Coach will take a look at those third quarter stats for you after this possession here by E-Town with the basketball. That's Livy Bowling. She kicks it over to right side now to down low to turn it around. Brianna Cleaver won't go short, and Cleaver gets it back. Double team, triple team, ball stripped out of there.
That was a well-executed offensive set. Cleaver just couldn't get it to go, but to her credit, she followed her shot.
Almost an over and back there. Yeah, they did throw it back in back court after they already crossed it into front court. That's over and back. Official there makes the call. And Coach, what do you think about those third quarter stats?
Well, the stat, if I'm Mercy, I'm going to build upon is the fact that in that third quarter, they tied. Both teams scored 9 points. And we know, and I'm going to build on that.
Yeah, and we know it was 20-10 rebounding at half. What did they do in the third quarter rebounding
was? 15-26. So that pretty balanced.
Yeah, they hung with them in that
pretty
quarter.
Balanced. So you just build on that and try to get a repeat of that third quarter.
E-Town trying to win the Traditional Bank Championship here. Traditional Bank Classic. Ball stolen away by Lamley of Mercy. Lamley, she's in trouble though, and leads it out to Stovall. Stovall goes over now to Muethler. Back out now. Lamley Thought about it, and here's Martin's three-pointer. Bullseye.
Whoa, and Martin's feet are set. We had a good look. I'm telling you, that young lady can shoot.
That's her third trifecta of the game. Bad passing backcourt by Stinson. 43-29, almost a steal by Mercy. Stinson, and she dribbled it in backcourt. That'll turn it over to Mercy. Good hustle by Stovall.
Right, that's a big victory right there for Mercy. They've cut it to a 14-point lead. Their defense is causing E-Town some trouble, and they have got a lot of life in them right now.
William Warfield said every game has come down to the other team came back and got back in it within 5 or 6 points. Let's see if Mercy can do that here. They're down by 14, but they do have the leather. That's Lamley. Kicks it right side. Muethler lines up the three. Bullseye.
Muethler with 2 threes now to come off the bench. That's outstanding. Oh, that was Stovall, excuse me. But great ball movement there, and Mercy knocking down some shots. That was Stovall.
Okay, excuse me. I thought it was Muethler as well. I think he announced the wrong girl. I think that was Muethler. 32 hit that shot, not 10. Looked like 32 from here.
Well, either way,
they've
cut it to an 11-point game.
Either way, it's a big three.
And if you're Mercy, you see their ladies clapping and giving each other 5. They're very optimistic now. They're on a run. And they could have just folded their tents and gone home, but they didn't. They kept fighting, giving this #1 team in the state some competition.
Stinson, the southpaw, and she rattles it out. So here's an opportunity for him to get it down to single digits. A three-pointer would make it real interesting, wouldn't it, Coach?
It sure would.
Long pass to Muethler, and she tries to go to Stovall, but Stovall was cutting the wrong way, turn it over.
Well, just as I was getting ready to say, Mercy's offensive set starts with better ball movement. You see a lazy pass there, and it goes right back to E-Town. You just cannot have those unforced turnovers and beat a team like this.
43-32. E-Town on top. They've led by as many as 22. Boley goes to Cleaver. Rihanna now, bounce pass out of it, over to Warden. Back to Livy Bowling. Bowling down the lane. High pass to Warden. Good handle there by Warden.
Good handle there by Warden, and, good pressure there by Mercy.
Aaron Bowley leads everybody with 20. Here's the Huff three, back of the rim, no, rebounded by Cleaver. Cleaver lost a handle on it, picked up, though, by her teammate Livy Bowling. Down the lane, back to Cleaver. She falls to the floor, and we're going to have a trip called on Mercy.
E-Town's able to get 2 offensive rebounds there, and you just can't have that. Like we talked about, the out-rebounding. Mercy has to do a better job of boxing out. Cleaver did not have to go up and get that rebound. That ball came down to her at about waist level. So it's not that her size contributed to her getting that offensive rebound. Mercy just didn't box out and go for the ball.
Free throw rattled in there for Rihanna Cleaver. She's had some terrific games in this tournament, Coach Cheatham. She had 24 points the other night, but she's been held right now to 5 points because I wonder about that wrist injury as well.
Right, well, it didn't look like it bothered her at all on those 2 free throws.
Nope.
Excellent stroke.
Must have been the other wrist she hurt.
Must have been the other wrist.
45-32, and here's a back tap and another steal by E-Town. Warden bounces now. Livy Bowling lays it in. First basket by Bowling, and here's another steal by E-Town. Well, they're just relentless, aren't they?
They certainly are. The second they feel threatened, they step up. Their defensive pressure, extend the lead back to 15.
Yep. Was cut down to 11, and Mercy had the ball.
And they had the ball, that's right.
Turned it over down the lane. Bowling with her second basket back-to-back.
E-Town spreads the floor. Bowling takes it all the way to the glass off the dribble, and like we said, E-Town stepping up the pressure.
The lead is back to 17 now, 49-32 with 5:04 to go. And here at the Traditional Bank Classic, the boys tournament gets underway Friday here of the Traditional Bank Classic. And it runs all the way through next Tuesday. And as we've already mentioned, there are 8, maybe 9 ranked teams playing in that Traditional Bank Boys Tournament that gets underway Friday.
You'll have as many ranked teams in that tournament as you will in the Sweet 16.
Absolutely.
It's a fun environment and an exciting venue, and just an extraordinary tournament opportunity to come out and see some great local basketball play.
And, Coach, we're finding out how good the C-Town team is. I'll tell you what, we're 2 days away from Christmas, okay? Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. These young ladies, as you said, have played 4 games in about 4 days. Now they're in here playing the championship game. And E-Town, they're just relentless with their pressure. They're so quick to the basketball, and they lead a really good Mercy team here by 17.
Right, and they have pressed and been pressed this entire game. And they look as fresh as they were at the start of this tournament.
And, a young lady that she's not in there right now, but looks like she never gets tired is Stinson, number 10 for E-Town.
That's exactly right. Does a great job of handling the ball, and that's what you need.
And I tell you, there's got to be some soccer players out here. I think Livy Bowling is a soccer player because those girls can run and run and run.
They don't look like they get winded.
Three-pointer rattled in out of the corner, and that was Catherine Gross.
Catherine Gross comes in, and you get good execution there by Mercy. Knock down another three. Give them a little hope.
49-35 on the Gross trifecta. 4:42 to play. Bounce pass right side, laid in by Huff. Foul called on Stovall.
Wow, well, what a great job there by Bowling to handle the press, find the open man, and then get it to her teammate Huff, who, what a scrappy young player she is. Knocks it down and goes to the free throw line for the N1.
51-35, 4:39 to play in the championship game. Free throw knocked down by Huff. Huff now with double figures with that three-point play. Steal by Aaron Boley. Boley, the junior, kicks it over to Huff, fakes, low post. Now kicks it back to Cleaver. Cleaver, she bounces it back to Rachel Warden. Warden had three-pointers in the first half.
She was 3 for 3, hasn't shot another three since.
Until she took that to the basket. That wasn't a three, but she missed that one. Coming out of there with it is Mallory Martin. Martin for Mercy, circling the wagons. Hands it in the corner, and here is a three-pointer off the rim, no good. Tracked down by Boley. How many rebounds did Aaron Boley have at the end of the third?
She had 9 rebounds.
So she's got a double-double.
She has a double-double now. Yep,
20 points and at least 10 rebounds, maybe 11.
She's maintained that average.
52-35, 3:50 to play.
And, you know, she's done it quietly.
Yeah. If you can say 20 points and 12 rebounds a quiet day, it's pretty quiet for Aaron Boley. She stops, hangs, scores 22 now.
Well, just a great job of reading the defense and moving without the basketball.
Cleaver steps in the lane, tips it back out now to Bewley. Bewley to Stovall. Now they kick it. Here's Martin's three off the rim, no. And Cleaver there battling along with Woods and knocked out by Woods. And back in is the Energizer Bunny we were talking about, also known as Jada Stinson.
Here she comes, and you can bet the ball is safe in her hands against this Mercy press.
3:25 and the lead is 19. That is not the biggest lead, though. E-Town biggest lead has been 22 points. Timeout on the floor. .325, and we're going to step out, Mr. William. We'll step out here on PrepSpin, produced by William Warfield. 54-35, E-Town, just minutes away from winning the Traditional Bank Championship game.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many. Sewn together.
Welcome back here to the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic. Gary Ball with Justin Cheatham, former basketball coach at Tates Creek, now radio analyst guru, Mr. Cheatham, and he's already ready for Christmas, aren't you?
I sure am. I've got all my presents wrapped, and
it's all under the tree.
Right.
Stockings are ready to go, and
I was able to wrap 3 presents to my wife's 20, so that's about my wrapping ability.
That sounds about like me.
Well, Gary, this E-Town team just makes me tired.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine how Mercy feels
Mercy.
and all their other opponents.
Yep. E-Town 10-1 coming in. They only lost to a nationally ranked team from Tennessee. Have not lost to a Kentucky opponent, and does not look like they're going to lose to a Kentucky opponent here in the championship of the Traditional Bank Classic, which is 3:09 to play. They lead by 19.
It'll be interesting to see. They enter Christmas break, and then 2 days later they go down to Naples, Florida. So I'm sure they'll face some outstanding competition down there to see how they do there.
Free throw is too strong there for Livy Bowling. 3:09 to play here at the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic. Boys tournament gets underway Friday. Check out a lot of that action on PrepSpin with William Warfield as well. Second one knocked down by Bowling. But, scoring is not what she gives you. She checks out of the ball game. she gives you a lot of the other intangibles.
Absolutely. Well, and you're getting pressed by a team who has a really good press, and Bowling does a great job of handling that press and finding the open man and moving without the basketball well and scrappy on defense. She's just an excellent all-around player.
Bewley has not been able to get on track here in the game. Hannah had 20 or 18 in their last game. It's been held scoreless here in this one. Miss rebounded there. Just 2:45 to play, and E-Town's going to win the championship of the Traditional Bank Classic. There's a reach out near midcourt.
Yeah, and you know what? Most players right there would have maybe let that ball come to them. Bowley goes up and rips it out of the air. Like that rebound, getting that rebound means, the difference in life and death. She goes after every possession, treats every possession like that.
That foul went on Martin, her fourth. Free throw knocked down by Stinson. Jada is a 5'5" sophomore, averaging 7.3 points a game off the bench. One of the leading scorers off the bench in the state.
Right.
That's the second one.
And handles the ball as well as any senior point guard out there.
That 21-point lead is not the biggest. Remember, they led 41-19, which was a 22-point spread. Now they lead by 21. Right side, and shot in and out there. Won't go for Woods. And there's Martin. She hangs, won't go. Rebounded by Cleaver. Cleaver clears it out to Rachel Warden, the junior. If you're wondering, Cleaver, they lose Cleaver, Huff, and Bowling are all seniors. But Bowling will be back next year. Here's a steal by Woods. Woods drives, hangs, and lays it in. That's our first basket, Coach.
Mercy's still playing tough, They're still playing scrappy. This is a good Mercy basketball team.
Yep. Bounce pass to Huff. Huff tries to throw to Bowley, and Aaron Bowling throws it behind her.
Well, it was a good jump stop. Probably the right idea to make that pass. Pass just a little off. But you can bet E-Town will play hard until the final horn.
Tony Pfeiffer, a junior, just checked in for Bowley, so I don't think we're going to see Bowley anymore with a 19-point lead, a minute 44 to go. And here's Mercy getting a little sloppy with it, turning it over. Back in, Taylor Thomas coming in. Going out will be Cleaver.
Gary,
Cleaver's still favoring that wrist a little bit.
Yeah, she is. She is. But, she played well that half. I mentioned that E-Town's traveling. This Mercy group gets on a plane and flies to Southern California.
That's right.
Next week.
San Diego, I believe.
We're going to have a fun Christmas trip.
Absolutely. They're flying now. Would you think E-Town would be driving to Florida? Maybe they're flying down there, huh?
I would say they're probably flying as well.
Yeah. Must be fun as a high school team to be able to travel like that. Minute 36 here in this contest, and a free throw knocked down by Stinson.
As much energy as they play with, they could probably run about halfway.
Yeah, that's true.
Take a 20-minute break and run the rest of the way.
Yeah.
This team is well-conditioned, highly motivated, ready to play. And, when Mercy made a run, cut it to 11 and had the ball, E-Town responded and just put them away.
And Stinson's free throw won't go, and we have a minute 32. Stay tuned after the game. We're going to try to get a special guest up here to interview with us on the post-game. How about that, Coach?
All right.
Well, the 20-point lead is not the biggest. I keep saying that.
Right.
They led by 22 has been the biggest lead
Right.
that E-Town has enjoyed. They lead by 20 right now with a minute 26.
And if you're Mercy, you have a lot to build upon. You won 4 games in a row after starting sluggishly off this season. And you've had some good moments in this game where you competed head-to-head with the number 1 team in the state. You just couldn't do it for 32 minutes.
Pfeiffer to Huff, back to Stinson, a minute 10 to go. So that's all that stands in the way of E-Town of winning the championship. Stinson to the basket, and boy, a nice move there by Stinson.
Well, that is all ball handling, head up, court awareness, the ability to get to the basket.
To the basket for Mercy is Maria Smits. And let's see, we got a couple of substitutions.
That's Knight for E-Town.
Yeah. And Caitlin Thompson.
That's right. Caitlin Thompson enters the game for E-Town.
This equals the biggest lead of 22, 59-37. Down low, they try to pass it down there to Stovall, and that's going to be a foul called on Thomas, I believe. 52.6 to go in the championship game of the Traditional Bank Classic at Lexington Catholic. Gary Ball with Justin Cheatham and William Warfield. Thanks for being with us. Hope you've enjoyed it. I know you E-Town fans watching at home have enjoyed it.
E-Town fans have a lot to look forward to this year. You know, they're certainly have the favorite to win the Sweet 16 this year.
I'd say heavy favorite.
A heavy favorite, yeah. And as hard as these young ladies have played, and you know, I've seen them support each other on the court and over here on the bench, on the sidelines, and cheer for one another. They really look like they have a good thing going there at E-Town.
Yeah. So right now you got Thomas, Pfeiffer, Knight, Thompson in the game for E-Town. And also it looks like, Tony Pfeiffer's in there as well. 50 seconds to go, and that's Mercy with it. That's Maria Smits. And checking into them is Woods. Woods is in there and lines up a three right side, won't go. Rebounded by Linda Deersing. Now they kick it to Cassidy Kiesel. And ball off the backboard and saving it in, but they throw it right into Pfeiffer. Down to 26 seconds. Pfeiffer looks like she wants to run some clock before she gets to the crossing, but she's in trouble. Finally gets it to Thomas. She kicks into the corner to Thompson. Back out it comes now to Knight. Down to 12 seconds. And, Coach, we'll try to get a player up here. Who do we like as star of the game? Miss Bowley?
I think it would have to be Gary. You know, she
22 points and 12 rebounds.
A quiet 22 and 12, but she does so many things outside of scoring and rebounding. She's certainly the leader of this #1 ranked team.
59-37, that 22-point lead, the biggest lead they had in the ballgame, is how they finished the game. They beat them by 30 the first time, and a little bit better effort by Mercy. They cut it down to 22 this time.
A little bit better, you know, and Mercy has a lot to build upon. They've improved a lot since December the 11th, and just in a month, you know, they're playing good basketball. They just ran upon a better team today, but there's a bright future in store for this Mercy team throughout the rest of the season.
Well, we'll have the trophy presentations. We'll try to get Erin Bowley up here for the star of the game. Try to chat with her. 59-37. She was the leading scorer and rebounder. 59-37. Your champion, E-Town of the Traditional Bank Holiday Classic. We'll come back with some postgame after this on PrepSpin, produced by William Warfield.
Choosing a college is about setting a course, a path that leads to your destination. At EKU, the adventure is what lies in between. Eastern Kentucky University. Great journeys begin here.
Choosing a college is a major decision.
So why did I choose WKU?
Because at WKU, professors are experts in their field.
I'm encouraged to study abroad.
And make the whole world my classroom.
And where I get real-world experience. Doing exactly what I want to do. And where I have all the tools I need to prepare for a successful future.
It's all within my reach at Western Kentucky University.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
See it on the field, if you see it on the court.
Pick it up in all sports, pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
For the 2014 Traditional Bank Holiday Classic from E-Town, number 21, Erin Bowley. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank all the fans, coaches, players for participating in this year's classic.
Welcome back here to the championship game of the Traditional Bank Classic. Gary Ball, Coach Justin Cheatham, William Warfield. And we're going to now go to Coach Cheatham as he has the final numbers. And we're going to, the MVP of this tournament, by the way, was Erin Bowley. And we're going to try to get her up here for a post-game interview. You've got the final numbers, Coach.
Well, right, Gary. Erin Bowley just awarded tournament MVP, and rightfully so. She averages a double-double, and today she led all scorers with 22 points, 11 rebounds, and does so many things outside of that. Just outstanding young player. Cleaver with 6 points and also double digits in rebounds. She had 10 rebounds and does that with a hurt wrist, but I think she's going to be okay. Huff with 11 points, Bowling with 5 points, and Warden, those 3 threes in the first half that really created some space between E-Town and Mercy. She finishes with 9 points. Jada Stinson comes in, handles the ball great, 6 points for E-Town, 59. For Mercy, they're led by Mallory Martin with 9 points. Stovall also had 9 points. Just had a hard time anybody getting going for Mercy when you have the kind of defensive pressure that they faced. Anderson with 6 points, Woods with 2 points, and Muethler with 3 points. So a 30-point loss on December the 11th, a 22-point loss today. Mercy played hard. E-Town just absolutely the much better team, the number 1 team in the state, for the right reason.
We'll get a headset on Coach Tim Mudd and Coach Mudd and his ball club, E-Town. And Coach, I tell you what, your ball club, nothing seems to rattle you. I mean, Mercy made a little bit of a run there at you, but your ball club just continuously comes up with steal after steal, and that's kind of your trademark, isn't it?
It is. I was proud of what you just spoke of. I thought we have done a pretty good job for the entire year so far of keeping our composure and not getting too high when we're playing well, and not getting too low maybe when things aren't going our way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's just a reflection on the seniors that we have and them playing a lot of basketball together.
That helps. And, you know, you've got so many parts to the puzzle, too. I mean, Jada Stinson off the benches does a really good job for you. She's really quick. The young girl averages 7 points off the bench.
Yeah, she is. She's very talented. She really is a very talented player. And just sometimes it's just it depends on the night,
right?
And who's playing well, maybe who's not playing so well. But looks like today our scoring was pretty balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Aaron usually does lead us, but yesterday Rihanna stepped up and really had a big game for us. So, you know, it's a good win. I'm proud of the girls for. It's been a long 6 days. This was our 6th game in a row,
right.
So really wasn't for sure what we were going to have today.
Coach Tim Mudd with us now. You'll get the Christmas break. You've got Christmas coming up, and then the day after Christmas, I believe you head to Florida for a big tournament, right?
We do. Well, we're practicing the day after Christmas, and then we leave the 27th.
Okay.
The tournament starts down there on the 29th, so we'll practice down in Naples on the 28th. But yeah, it should be. We're really looking forward to it. It's a great. It's a really good group of girls, and I enjoy the heck out of coaching them, and they make me look a lot smarter than I am.
And you know, those threes in the first half. Aaron hit a couple. Huff hit a 3, but Rachel Ward knocked down 3 big threes for you. As you said, the balance of your ball club is just tremendous, and so many weapons.
Well, I mean, I think that is the strength of our team. You know, Aaron and Rihanna are going to get a lot of attention.
Right.
We know that. So we have to, you know, if we're making outside shots, that keeps everybody honest and opens things up on the inside a little bit. So, you know, like I said, you know, it's a good balanced team, and even better than that, they really are great girls to coach.
And you know, the thing about it too is you see that from John Calipari's Kentucky men's team. Your girls look like they really enjoy playing basketball together, like they're having fun out there, and they're so unselfish. They don't really care. I mean, obviously, like you said, Boley and Cleaver are the superstars, so to speak. But you've got so many parts to the puzzle, and other kids, like particularly when we talked about Ward knocking down 3 big threes in the first half, so other kids step up for you too.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, on other teams, I think you would notice them much more.
Right.
But you know, when you got a Boley and a Cleaver, sometimes they do get overshadowed.
Right.
So it's just the way it is.
Coach, I know you're getting ready. Christmas is tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm ready to get home.
You're ready for a break.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming up. Great job, and still have not lost to a Kentucky team. You're 11-1 now, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and it's a great tournament once again, and we always enjoy coming up here, and appreciate y'all having me on.
Let's get Erin Boley in now, our star of the game. She had 22 points, 12 rebounds, complete game. And Erin, we'll get a headset on Miss Boley here. Erin, 22 points, 12 rebounds, another day at the office, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it about this team you enjoy the most? I mean, I told Coach Mudd, it looks like y'all just enjoy playing together.
We do, yeah. I think we have really good team chemistry.
Did that start back when you were middle school, girls winning the state championship, and then it's carried over now? You're a junior, Cleaver's a senior, but for the nucleus, really pretty much seniors.
Yeah, we played together for a really long time, so I think that helps.
How do you feel about this team after 12 games, 11-1 now?
I think we've gotten a lot better. We're really playing well together.
what's up next? I know you got Christmas break, and then you practice, and you're headed down to Florida, right?
Yeah, we're excited.
Who are some of the teams you look to play down in Florida?
I'm not sure who we play down
You haven't
in
even
Florida.
looked at that yet, have you?
No.
Well, Aaron, how good can this team? How good can this E-Town team be? I mean, right now you're the number one in the state. You haven't lost to a Kentucky team, and everybody's saying that you might be nationally ranked.
Yeah, I think we can be as good, as we want to be. I think going down to Naples and playing against nationally ranked teams is really going to help us.
I mean, I know you're well conditioned, but it's got to be a grind to play this many games in succession like you all have it. I don't think you look tired out there, but it looks like your ball club's pretty well conditioned.
Yeah, we are. I think it's more of a mindset, too. We know that to come out and play our best, we have to play hard the whole game, and we can't get tired.
Are there some soccer players on this team? Because there's some girls on this team that look like they play some soccer because they're always running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a couple.
There's a couple of them. Well, Aaron, great job. And congrats, by the way, for being named the MVP.
Thank you.
That's Aaron Boley. Thank you, Aaron, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Aaron Boley from E-Town, our star of the game. She was also named the MVP of the Traditional Bank Classic. We'll come back and wrap it up here. And all these games can be seen. If you want to watch any of these games, they're archived on PrepSpin/YouTube. That's Aaron Boley, our star of the game. We'll come back and wrap it up here after this.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
And we're back here to wrap it up. Thanks again to William Warfield from PrepSpin and also Coach Justin Cheatham, former coach at Tates Creek. Thanks to Aaron Boley, our star of the game, and also to Coach Tim Mudd from E-Town. E-Town, a team that will be very, very hard to handle this year. They've got a lot of parts at work and a lot of talented players, and they're well-conditioned. Again, thanks to William Warfield from PrepSpin. The boys tournament here, the Traditional Bank Boys, gets underway beginning Friday. We'll have all that action as well on PrepSpin. This is Gary Ball for Coach Justin Cheatham, the former Tates Creek coach, and William Warfield. Thanks for watching on PrepSpin. Merry Christmas, everybody.